We have Senator Gia, a seasoned banker,
Yes.
a seasoned legislator, and of course, an upright man. Senator Abdul Ningi is synonymous to the institution of legislature. My respected deputy chairman, who comes under my command here,
Chairman is correct.
he comes under my command here, and unfortunately for me, he commands me in the chamber because he's a leader.
Which is more important? Yes, my chairman.
Distinguished colleagues, gentlemen of the press, let me say this. First and foremost, there was never a period that this committee said NNPC stole 210 trillion. But this committee said, and it still stands by it, NNPC must account for 210 trillion.
Correct.
And reason being that you submitted through your audited financial statement an account that is not net off. An account that is not net off does not give the needed and required meaning anywhere. Neither the liability side nor the asset side can be accepted because it is not the responsibility of anybody to net off your account. It is your responsibility. And for crying out loud, no accrued expense by simple principle of accounting is considered and accepted as an accrued expense without passing through the P&L. On your P&L, the accrued expenses reflected was and is still, I think, 3 trillion or 5 trillion. But on the audited financial statement issue, it came up to 103 trillion. We could not place the 103 trillion. By your records and your presentation, it could not be substantiated. So as far as we're concerned, that does not stand as a liability figure. And then the asset figure as well. You just gave us vague information based on what is reflected in your audited financial statement. Some defunct banks are owing NNPC. There's an expression that it is approved. Well, I can't really remember. Anyway, the long and the short of it, we could not and still cannot substantiate what you have given as liability and asset figures. And that's why we lumped all together to say this is all we are looking at. At your appearance or appearances, you will throw you will educate us. Nobody said here that NNPC has stolen 210 trillion. But the position was still and shall continue to be, unless and until you've proven otherwise, 210 trillion you must account for. It's as simple as that. And it is, with due respect, the decision of the committee that your next appearance, you must be led.
You see them, do you see the committee members, everybody busy, greeting themselves, because they all know that they are just, performing for us. It's performative, it's just a theatrical theater. So it's nothing. It is just for your own entertainment. Trillions of naira missing, unaccounted for. And the country is not right now up in smoke for these rogues. Somebody caught one of their imported, this NNPC. I don't know what this is. Probably an underground tank that they imported to store their imported fuel. Those of you who are in this field, what is this? And why is the health and safety of Lagos State not on site? There's no kind of a patrol vehicle ahead and behind this massive what do you call it, this massive infrastructure, something that they are moving. See this.
Your Excellence, Governor of Ogun State, Your Excellence, Governor of Lagos State, here whereby I'm here to represent the error of truck drivers that are coming from Lagos, coming from any part of other areas, overload for Lagos. They are the ones spoiling Lotto Bridge. So whereby here I'm to prove it, to show every citizen of Nigeria, to share it, to reach your family, because it's dangerous. We don't know the hour that the bridge can collaborate down. So we don't know when it can fall down. So share it to reach your family, because you can see the breakable area. You can see it can fall anytime, any moment. The life is dangerous for those who are coming from Lagos, going to Ibadan, going to all parts of Nigeria. If you are in Lagos, it must pass under this bridge. So then you have to save it to reach your family. So you can see people are coming back from Lagos, going to Ibadan, Ilorin, all parts of Nigeria. It must pass under this Lotto bridge. Share it to reach your family, to save your family. And
Do you understand? They find it very difficult to build infrastructures for people. And wherever they did build those infrastructures, then maintenance is another thing, another problem rather. You know, that's a very dangerous thing. And the way that appeared, right, it doesn't seem like it is the first sign. They probably have carried such huge, massive objects like that, and they hit the bridge severally. And one day, some people are already the victims of the failed policies of the failed criminals in government, right? They will end up being the victims of that ruined, neglected bridge, you know. Now let's go back to their National Assembly. A lady who happened to be a staff, or a clerk rather, clerk of the National Assembly, poured out her mind on how the corruption in the system, the corruption in the National Assembly has stifled many of them from doing their real job, right? In a way that, as if they also signed the, what's that thing called, right? The form of secrecy or something that they still can't express or tell anybody about it. But this one made it to the internet, right? The corruption of the National Assembly, in which they are supposed to say the staff are not even spared. You must have seen it, right? Watch this.
I was livid. I almost didn't come. First of all, on my way, my car developed a problem. I had to go branch into Elizade and drop it. Just at this junction, for my driver to turn, we knocked down an Okada person. So I had to do hospital. Okada has scattered and everything before coming in here. And why am I mad? I am mad because we talk, we don't do. I am mad because nobody listens. Our legislators are not here. We are talking to ourselves. Now we don't have the power to do nothing of all the things we talk about. We are talking about oversight. How do you account for the fact that the flight ticket to go and oversight somebody was paid for that person by the agency? What are you coming to write? You go there, they tell you what to write, they give you money, they quarter you, they give you flight, and the members will come and fight over the money that they gave to them. They will not give the clerk. They will not give the committee assistant that they could take with. But it's not even the fact that they didn't give the clerk. Now you are compelled to write a report of what you did not see, what did not happen, and you lie. Me as a Catholic, I will just go for confession first. Then secondly, financing a public hearing. We did a public hearing last year, and then the committee called me to tell me that a consultant was employed to write a report. And then I asked the consultant, were you at the public hearing? He said no. So what do you want to write? I, Ifoma, we give you material to write the report. I said no, it's not going to happen. I will not work with you. I put my feet down and I told him I'm not going to work with you. And I sat down because they are looking at us as if we do not have capacity. Me, I'm just 2 steps out of National Assembly for retirement. So right now, my mother says she's not dancing so that people will give her money. It's so that they will see me. So I will say what I want to say. I sat down and I did a proper report of that public hearing, and I took it to the chairman. I said, this is the report. And they were looking at me like, you mean it? I said, yes. Oh, no, you have to change. I said, no, this is what happened. If you want to change it, you now go ahead and change it. But the original report is in my system. I don't use secretaries. I type my report myself. So if they want to change it, they should go ahead and change it. I am waiting. Then we are talking about punishing MDAs. They will come on TV and they will say this erring MDA did this. All the atrocities that have been committed in the National Assembly, who punished them? We don't follow the budget process the way it is. They will budget money for instance, staff budget, money for training, money for clinic, money for sports, money for books, money. They collapse it. It is in the National Assembly I say hearing about collapse. What is collapse? Sir, both of you know what collapse is. Collapse. The money now, allowances that are budgeted for National Assembly staff is collapsed. So we as citizens, because we are still citizens, I was livid. I almost didn't come.
She's livid. Oh, there is more to what she said, okay? That's just a tip of it. She's practically complaining about how the lawmakers, which they were supposed to serve, how the lawmakers are more interested in the ESTA codes, the money they will give to them to go and do an oversight. He wants to go there, if he ever, right, to go there and take pictures. But there is a team or a member of staff from the National Assembly who is also supposed to actually benefit from that kind of money in order for them to do their job. But the lawmakers who don't give a damn about any constituency project per se, okay? So they will collect the money, collect all of that, and they will pocket them, and then they would ask these same people to write a report. And it's two-way things, right? How can you write a report of something you never really inspect, something you never see? So how are you going to write a report? She's lamenting, but there is more. They treat us like we are not Nigerians. Let her continue from there.
They did this. All the atrocities that have been committed in the National Assembly, who punished them? We don't follow the budget process the way it is. They will budget money for instance, staff budget, money for training, money for clinic, money for sports, money for books, money. They collapse it. It is in the National Assembly I say hearing about collapse. What is collapse? Sir, both of you know what collapse is. Collapse. The money now, allowances that are budgeted for National Assembly staff is collapsed. So we as citizens, because we are still citizens, first, before we became National Assembly staff, and then you have no power to even go and hold a press conference because we are sworn to oath of silence. So I can't even tell the world how I feel. Allowances that we are constitutionally, even I put it in the constitution this time, statutory allocation to the National Assembly staff, they collapsed it. Till now, some people have retired. It takes over a year, 2 years for them to pay the National Assembly staff their retirement benefit before you start talking of pension. Go and see them. They look like scarecrows. Our former colleagues call us, directors, to beg for money for fuel. They are coming to the National Assembly. You see them standing at the junction into the National Assembly. They can't afford to fuel their cars. So apart from what the Constitution says, themselves, who is looking at the one they are collapsing and chopping? They chop their own, they chop our own. Then they will put excesses there. So please, I was livid. I almost didn't come. First of all, on my way, my car developed a problem.
You've done well. Madam Informer, I think she's Informer. Anyway, she's crying out because she's been cheated like many others. You know, Nigeria is a place where until it touches you very well, you are likely not going to be bothered. Because why bother? That's what somebody who says, why bother? When you are not affected. But when you look at the kind of shege that APC, Egbekebe, has been like a sharing and dishing out to everybody, right? Nobody is spared, except for those who are living in denial, those voluntary slaves. That will say, what? I mean, if you say, can you believe it now? A bag of rice is now 90,000 naira. A Ronuku voluntary slave will jump into it and say, must you eat rice? What happened to our father? What happened to Gary? What do you mean, Gary? A bag of Gary is even more expensive. How much? A bag of Gary is 120,000 naira. What are you saying? Okay, they said Gary was for poor people. Now, poor people can't even afford the Gary. A Ronuku will find another means to say, well, Gary that they sell in my own area, a bag of Gary in my own area is just 5,000 naira, because I don't know where you are getting your own bag of Gary for 120,000, because everything to just make this government look bad. Now everything all of them they do. A bag of Gary that I still bought 2 days ago is just 5,500. Now the Gary seller even send it on Okada. Okada took it to my house for free. Everybody will just come here and be complaining. Even me now, right now, I have already started planting cassava at the back of my house. Ironic is affected though, but because he is a voluntary slave, he has to make himself sound like he is not affected, or he has found a means to sort of like manage the system. Everybody should do the same. An average Ronuku. And if you now pay attention, if you go on that same social media, you may see the person who bought a bag of rice for 5,500 naira 5 minutes ago. On another, you will see him somewhere else where everybody is posting their bank account to collect 5,000 naira giveaway. If 5,000 is not if 1,000 naira is not too small for you, please post your account details. I have 5,000 naira I want to give to 5 people. The person will talk, say, Ronuku will just tell you, saying, just buy a bag of rice. I mean, a bag of rice for 20,000, a bag of Gary for 5,000. And he also has a farm, a cassava farm at the back of his house. He's there dropping his account details to collect 1,000 naira. And if you go there to say, look at you, this mofo. Maybe you were saying that the economy, anybody complaining about the economy is lazy. You are here, posting your account details for 1,000 naira. They will tell you that it's just a cruise. It's just cruise. It's not cruise. They are all hammered. They are all under, the serious beating of the shege. You get? It's unfortunate though. So nobody is spared. Nobody. Not even their supporters. From my own personal experience, take a look at this road. And then you will understand why Nigeria criminal politicians and their friends, they actually don't deserve any mercy. If you probably just want to be honest.
Okay, come on that place, so don't wait for that. Come on that place. I don't want my person blood touch me. I don't want my person blood touch me.
I'm on a federal road, though. A federal road. Would you even believe that that path, that you know, that muddy path, right, used to be a road that had real quota, like, you know, the bitumen on it. It got washed off, everything gone, and that's all they had left. And everybody will be like, hey, government should come and help us. So, and you have thousands of